Taurus and Taurus Compatibility. Almost no two people in the zodiac are as like-minded as two Taurian bulls, unless of course either of their charts are heavily influenced by air or fire signs. Taurus sometimes gets a bad rap for being lazy and pleasure-seeking, but only the second accusation is true. Even when it comes to their love of fine foods, beauty, and sensuality, they chase their desires within limits. Even those bulls whose fixed status manifests in an obsession with a lover tend to become controlling in order to temper that passion. Hello Cosmic Fam, welcome to Astrology Experts. In this video series, we've analyzed zodiac sign combinations and their compatibility. Let's find out why some people are drawn to or are magnetized by each other and some just naturally repel. Why is that? Good thing we can always ask the stars. Make sure to watch all the way till the end. Values and emotions. In fact, Taurians are very reserved and of few words. They use their energies to maintain the positive parts of their lives and continue deeply ingrained traditions, even though so mundane as reading for exactly 1/2 hour before bedtime every night. Taurians are even bigger creatures of habit than Capricorns, and that's saying a lot. Taurus comes after Aries on the zodiac wheel. Karmically, Taurus has learned that there are consequences to the complete open-heartedness and impulsivity with which Aries, represented by the infant age, approaches life. Therefore, Taurus is emotionally guarded and driven through life by a prevailing need for security and stability. A relationship between two bulls can be comfortably stable, albeit sometimes too much. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, which means they don't particularly enjoy change. They like ideas, lifestyles, and relationships that have been tested and proven true by time. Compatibility rating 10 out of 10. Friendships. Two Taurians not only feel an immediate kinship with each other, but an immediate respect as well. Because they're often mild-mannered and reserved, bulls are not intimidated by each other. They approach their friendship in the same way they do everything else, with cautious care and consideration. As time goes by, they'll discover a deeply rooted mutual love of art, and they'll reveal their loving natures, bonding more deeply. Although male bulls can appear passive until you try to get them to change their minds, and Venus's influence of female bulls can soften them to the point of seeming fluffy to less feminine signs, Taurus is a strong sign. Its silent strength outlasts even brute forces of nature like Aries and Leo. The bull is a private character. For this reason, almost no one might know if their hearts are heavy with the weight of past sorrows or the pain of lost lovers they never let go of. Of all the signs, Taurus and Capricorn souls can take the longest to rebound and become whole again after loss. The two Taurians tend to trust each other more easily than they trust most people, and eventually, they'll confide in each other. From there, they may become best friends or lovers, depending on the nature of their relationship. But either way, this bond is an enduring one. Compatibility rating 9 out of 10. Hey stars, most of you guys are not subscribed to this channel yet, so do that right now and don't miss a new fresh video when we upload. Relationships. Bulls can be great sources of comfort to one another, as they're both strong shoulders to lean on. Because their relationship is based on mutual trust and they get to know each other over time, it tends to be steady. Steady enough, perhaps, for them to risk their hearts. Unlike with Gemini, this romantic waxing isn't merely a prelude to seduction or a beautiful notion. It's the truth. A fixed earth sign like Taurus makes such lasting, complete attachments that they view their hearts as investments to be handled with care. Taurus won't spend enough time and energy to make this investment unless he or she feels that number 1, he's emotionally safe, and number 2, this relationship has a practical future. Fortunately for two bulls who fall irreversibly in love, they share enough of the same values and motivations in life that their relationship can usually endure harmoniously on realistic terms. Compatibility rating 9 out of 10. Marriage. This union is not a firework that burns itself out with its brightness and haste. It was built brick by careful brick over the steady passage of time and probably on an unwavering daily schedule. Taurian lives are often carefully organized into times for work, rest, and pleasure, but not too much of any. Even city bulls who live glamorous lifestyles feel deeply rooted in the earth. They may dream of buying a quaint cottage in the countryside and living in the beauty and stillness that is their birthright. But more likely with Taurians, these two will either save together until they can actually move to the countryside or buy a vacation home. Even if they rent, these two will need to get back to their roots in nature to re-energize from time to time. Otherwise, they become cranky, despondent, and even more stubborn, which no one wants. The Taurian stubbornness can be an obstacle in this marriage because neither change nor compromise very easily. Let's suppose one partner wants children, and the other does too, but doesn't feel their situation is financially and otherwise secure enough to take on the responsibility. Never mind that, the first partner, the one who feels enough time has elapsed, points out that they've already paid off 2 mortgages and invested deeply in life insurances and stocks, and both their families have signed off formally on babysitting shift. It should be noted that some Taurians never feel secure enough to act and run the risk of letting their lives and dreams pass them by. In the case of extreme stubbornness or fear of change, we have to hope that Taurus takes the leap and learns and grows into the knowledge that there is no such thing as true permanency in life. This is a hard pill for both to swallow. When this happens, the lesson will be learned for life. Taurians don't forget their hard-earned lessons. Their feet are firmly planted on the ground. Unlike their Aries predecessors, they won't flit off into the sunset on a whim, only to fall face first into the cold, hard ground of reality again and again. Compatibility rating, 9 out of 10. Hey stars, let us know what you think of today's video. We'd really love it if you share your experiences to us and everyone watching this. If you're an introvert, even online, that's fine too. You can always privately send and share this to your star peoples. Before we proceed, hit that like button so we'll know that you enjoy watching videos like these from us. Communication. Bulls are generally placid by nature. Although when pushed too hard, these contentedly grazing beasts will charge. Luckily, they know each other well enough not to push each other too hard most of the time. However, as cautioned, when they do deeply disagree, it may take a long time to come to a resolution. Bulls know what they want, and if it's important enough to them, they won't compromise. Eventually, someone has to give an inch, or these two will go nowhere fast. Compatibility rating, 8 out of 10. Sex and intimacy. Sex is of prime importance to Taurians. It's as vital to their existence as the air they breathe. As Earth signs ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and pleasure, they are warm lovers who express affection physically. As private as Taurus can be, their loving natures are softened by Venus. The sweetness between them can be downright saccharine, oozing over with cuddles and pet names. Two bulls share an ability to wholly and sensually consume the things they love in life, especially each other. Emotionally, they don't go chasing love, but rather, they embody it. They also attract it like magnets. For these two, time sweetens their love, their mutual trust making room for total abandonment to it and to each other. Neither of them is a race to the finish line. Theirs is a slow-building ecstasy that shatters the earth when it breaks. Passively receptive, they melt into each other, feeling each other's emotions and sensations until they overflow. Compatibility rating, 10 out of 10. Taurus and Taurus Compatibility Pros. You can say that stability and an ecstatic sex life comes easily to them, but two bulls in love can. Great minds think alike. That's their motto anyway. Their careful, conservative approach to life makes their love practical. This is a lucky thing, as you can say that the love of their lives was a practical choice. Taurians have similar attitudes about money. They often use it wisely to build a life and home of their dreams. Taurus and Taurus Compatibility Cons. Taurus is the most stubborn of the fixed signs. For this reason, compromise doesn't come easily to them when they disagree. Bulls are often cautious to the point of pessimism. Together, they can become too complacent. If one Taurus does fall out of love or moves on, the other might become devastated. They could remain heartbroken for many years. Summary. The most beautiful thing about this 1-to-1 sun sign combination is that the two bulls are motivated by a need for love and security. They find both with each other without having to compromise one for the other. Both are acutely aware that risk-taking doesn't always have a practical value or quantifiable reward. However, if they can learn its emotional value on some occasions, it might be easier for them to compromise when they disagree. For Taurus, love is the ultimate surrender. Once they give their hearts, they remain emotionally invested for a long time. For this reason, they both want a partner who can support love on a steady foundation of trust, realism, and good decision-making. They often find this in each other. When they do, it's one of life's loveliest natural miracles to behold. Overall compatibility rating, 9 out of 10. We're glad you made it all the way through. You can find your zodiac compatibility here on this playlist. If you're single and don't want to mingle yet, click that subscribe button and let's work on yourself first. Come visit our website, astrologyexperts.com. Learn about zodiac signs and so much more over there. Thanks for watching and see you next time.